Anyway, guys, this is Kelly from Hills Deals and Wheels Mobile Home Investing Course, and we have Sonya Wormbly. And Sonya, I don't even know where you're out of. Where are you out of?
I am out of Chicago.
You out of Chicago. Okay. So
Yes.
Sonya is killing the game. I have never met Sonya in person, but I just finished telling Sonya she always say the nicest things. And I'm like, Sonya, when you go give me an interview? And I'm afraid that I'm gonna slip up and say Simone. But that's your name too, though, because you're under Simone as well.
Correct. So on Facebook, in which a lot of you may know me by Facebook, my name on Facebook is actually Simone Ivy. So a lot of you may be familiar with that name, but my government name is Sonya Wormbly.
Okay. Okay. So Sonya, first of all, I thank you so much for getting on here and allowing me to interview you. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to everybody.
So my name is Sonya Wormbly. I am a mobile home investor. I am the owner of Integrity Mobile Home Specialist, and we are located in the Chicagoland area. I am a mother, and I'm also a correctional officer for the state of Illinois.
Okay. Okay. And so how do you go from that to mobile homes?
Oh, goodness. That's a huge transition, right? Two
Right.
different
Right.
sections. Um, so I had a friend who I grew up with her. This is my best friend, my sister, and she knew Byron Sellers, and I knew him too from way back. And she said, "Hey, Byron's doing this mobile home investing." I'm like, "Okay, he's doing mobile home investing." I'm like, "That sounds interesting." So she was like, "You know what? Maybe we need to tap into it." And I said, "Well, okay, let me think about this." So it was actually my best friend who I started following Byron. I'm like, okay, what does he have going on here, right?
Uh-huh.
And I know Byron from way back, and it was almost like he had a rags to riches story, and it inspired me because I knew him personally, so I knew it wasn't a lie. I knew it wasn't a scam. So
Right.
that's what opened up my mind. It opened up my heart because I know he's a good person. And I'm a person. Everybody that know me, I'm a Capricorn, right? So
Okay.
we are filled with a lot of love in our heart, and that's what we feed off of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I tell you what, I'm only your friend on Facebook, and I feel the love just from Facebook. So I was thinking, man, I could imagine if I was your friend in real life, man, I'd probably be crying every day. Man, I mean, seriously, you genuine. I really appreciate that. That's why I was like, come on, give me an interview. And then you would never say anything. And then finally you said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So,
You know what? Don't do me like that. The first time I was sick, I
oh,
end up
true,
getting sick,
true. You were sick. You right. You right. You were
and
sick.
I was down for like 3 weeks, and I was like, I hope she's not sending me off. And you know what, Kelly? This
Mm-hmm.
is what I really want to say to you,
Uh,
like wholeheartedly.
mm-hmm.
So since I jumped into this mobile home business, this mobile home game, and I was able to start doing research, and I came across you
Mm-hmm.
humbly. You inspire me. You inspire me to be better. Look,
Wow.
every time I look at something that you post, a video, see you close on another deal, I'm like, Sonya, girl, get your ass up. Get up, girl. Kelly over there doing her thing, and it is something to see, and no shade to men. But when
Uh-huh.
I see women in empowerment and they're moving,
Right.
it gets me excited. And
Right.
when I hear you talk, I hear your passion
Mm-hmm.
about mobile home investing. I'm like, this is somebody that I need to know. This is somebody I need to be around. So I thank you. So the days that I sit back on the couch and don't feel like doing anything, this is when you pop up. You pop up with this girl to close another deal. Let me see what Joe doing. And you guys really inspire me, and thank you. I'm thanking you. You are pushing me to move. I'm on your tail. I just want to let you know
Okay.
that. I'm
All right.
right behind you. I'm right there,
Okay.
sis.
Okay. All right. Like I said, I appreciate the kind words. You always say something very nice, so I appreciate that so much. So let's talk about these. You have 8 deals under your belt.
Yes.
Are these deals wholesale deals or what are these deals?
So I started off with fix and flip. Okay, so let me give you a little background about that. Okay,
Okay.
I ended up going to the Mix and Motivate conference in Chicago. To be honest, I was nervous, right? I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm spending $300. It was $297 to be exact, but I'm spending $300. I don't know anyone in the room besides Byron.
Uh-huh.
I went by myself, so I didn't really know what to expect, right? I went to the conference and I'm like, okay, they gave me some gems. I'm like, I can do this on my own. So the next day, I'm outside, me and my daughter with bandit signs in the rain. Okay, we went in an unfamiliar area. We out there holding up bandit signs. I'm like, I can do this, right? So make a long story short, I purchased my first mobile home. My first mobile home initially was supposed to be for $2,200. It turned out like I had to do my research, but it ended up coming as an eviction. I was able to get the mobile home for $1,400. Now, I haven't taken a class, okay?
Wow.
So I got out there thinking I went to this Mix and Motivate conference that I could do it on my own. And so
Mhm.
um, I I feel like I did a great job. I bought it in November of 21, okay?
Mhm.
But I made a lot of mistakes in between.
Okay.
But I end up selling it in February. And on the fix and flip side, that was one of my biggest ROIs. So
Mhm.
I made, let me see, I bought it for 1,400, and then total I put in about 58. And the first person that came to see the home, the very first person,
Uh-huh.
gave me an offer. She was like, I'll give you 14,500. I said, oh yeah. I took it
Wow.
without
Wow.
hesitation.
Mhm.
So, that's without taking the class. So I can only imagine if I had already, started, taking the class, what I could have done with that deal, even negotiation strategies.
Right, right. Okay. All right. And so why would you say it's a big mistake? Because you made a nice little profit. Why would you say that?
I made a huge profit, but, you know, when I ended up taking the class, so it's very important to have leadership. It's important to have mentors, and it's important to have a coach.
Okay.
And when I first bought that home, I didn't have that. I didn't have the mentors. I didn't have my coach. So I was kind of winging it. Now like I'm able to walk into a mobile home and assess it from head to toe, from
Wow.
outside to inside. I know what I'm looking at. So I maybe could have negotiated that deal to get it cheaper than $1,400 if I really would have walked in and knew exactly what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the importance to buying into a program, or getting a mentor and a coach. That's what's really going to help you and take you to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, Sonya, how soon after that first deal did you do the second deal?
We had the mix. It was a bus tour out in North Carolina where we were able to meet up with other investors. And while I was on my way out there, I was getting ready to close on a wholesale deal. So that was in February. So the next month, I had a wholesale deal under contract. And once I got back to Illinois, I put it under contract. So right in February, I had my next deal, and I made $9,500 off of that wholesale deal.
Wow. Wow. And you weren't out of pocket any money. Just some gasoline and conversation with the seller and the buyer, and that's it.
That's it. Like, that's what made it so incredible. Like, I honestly couldn't believe what happened. One of the biggest things that we trade in life is time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time and money. And to see how much money I made just by driving, literally, that park is 10 minutes from me.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 2 hours talking with the seller.
Okay.
2 hours, getting to know her. I was actually driving for dollars. and I seen a for sale sign. I gave her a call and said, hey, I'm interested in seeing your home. I went and viewed the home, and then I sat down and talked with her and her son for 2 hours. 2 hours.
Just building that relationship, building that relationship.
Building relationships. She had cats, rolling around the house, and I'm afraid of cats. But that day, the cats were my best friends. Okay. I'm like, hey, come here, kitty. Look, I'm trying to feed them, but my heart was beating outside of my chest. I was nervous, but I sat there and I built a relationship with her. And I noticed, she had been in that home for 15 years. And she was proud about, being in that home for 15 years and her just giving me that opportunity. In that 2 hours, we built trust. She trusted me to get this home sold within 60 days. And that's what I did.
And so,
without spending any money.
I hear you. That's the best thing to do. So, Sonya, did the seller and the buyer ever meet?
Absolutely.
They did.
So, yeah, it's funny how they met, right? So, the day of closing, Sonya was running behind. I was like 10 minutes behind, and the seller ended up letting the buyer in. So I came in, they were chit-chatting. They was like, yep, that's Sonya. She's right on time, or she might be running a little bit behind. So there was no secrets. Was no secrets in, what the home was selling for. There was no secrets in my assignment fee. Everything went smooth. So, it was a pleasure for them two to meet, and the buyer was happy. The seller was happy. I was happy. And at the end of that deal, what was most gratifying for me was that the buyer gave me the hugest hug in the world. And she said, thank you, Sonya. That was her first home purchase. And, she was like, you walked me through the process. Everything was smooth. She wasn't uncomfortable. Explained everything to the T. And she was just so grateful. And her family was there, her sister, her children. So it was a huge moment for all of us.
All right. So, Sonya, are these in mobile homes in a park that we're talking about? Okay. And so at what point did you go and talk to the park manager? When did
for this particular park, now, and I've done 3 deals in there, I have not talked to the park manager. I only know the girls in the office, and they know me. Okay. So one of my friends, I've known her for over 30 years. She actually works inside of the office.
Okay.
So, I went in the office one day. I introduced myself. I let them know, like, hey, I want to do business in this park. Are you guys investor friendly? And, they gave me the go ahead. Whenever I tried to talk to the park manager, she was always busy. But the girls in the office, they do know me. So that's a big help.
Okay. Okay. And have you done any business in any other parks, or just you've been sticking to this one park?
Yes. So I have done business in other mobile home parks and outside of the state. So where I live, I'm actually 15 minutes from the border of Indiana. Okay. So my very first deal that was actually inside, it was in Indiana. So it wasn't even in Illinois. So, that was good for me because I'm like, wait a minute, I can make money in my state. I can make money outside of my state. And that's what really made me, be a believer. I've jumped into another park that's in Will County. I'm in Cook County. And they have different rules as far as mobile homes, how to apply, as far as taxes. Each park has their different rules as well as counties. So I stepped into that realm as well. So yes, I have done business in other parks.
Yeah, the reason why I brought that up, because you were saying that other park, your friend was kind of like working in that park. Yes. So there might have been a little comfort for you for that particular park, would you say?
No, it's not, because she's not the big boss.
Okay. All right. Because Sonya, seriously speaking, I think the reason why people don't start, they buy these courses and they don't start, is because somebody done put the word out that some of these park managers aren't the nicest people. And then from that point on, the fear sets in and nobody does what they're supposed to be doing. That's what I think is happening. What are your thoughts about that?
So you know what? I have bumped into that scenario. I have done a deal out in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Okay.
And when I initially started talking to the park manager, she was not feeling me, and it just made, my heart drop. Like, hey, you know what? I'm a good person. I have very good intentions, but she just wasn't biting. But what it took was, I would go out to that park often, and I ended up meeting the neighborhood handyman. And when I say the neighborhood handyman, everybody knows him. Excuse me one second. I'm sorry. So everybody knows him, right? So every time I pulled up in that park, I would sit down and I would speak with him. And, we'll sit on his porch. We'll have, some water, some tea. And I really took out time to get to know him. And turns out he's best friends with the park manager.
Wow.
So it was that networking, building relationships. And, she told me, she said, well, she said, I'm not going to give a name. When I ended up speaking to the park manager again, and I was getting ready to close out on the deal, she said, somebody spoke very highly of you. And she said, I trust this person. And she said, the buyer, she was like, his name was Brian. And she said, Brian really said that you handled him very well. You're very thorough. You're good with your business, and he would recommend you anytime. And she said, Sonya, if you want to do business in this park, and turns out she owns another park. So her mother that passed away, she passed down both of these parks. She passed down both of these parks, and she let me know then, if I want to do business, I'm more than welcome. She will let me know about the evictions. She rides horses, and I was letting her know that we went out to a black rodeo, my daughter and I. And look, once we talked about that, it was open. It was like open season. So she began to get comfortable with me. So building those relationships, building a rapport inside the community is very important, because that will take you to the next level.
Right. So Sonya, who was helping you with that fix and flip that you talked about, the first one?
The first fix and flip? Myself.
Really?
No.
Like that? Okay.
No, I wish. I ended up finding a handyman inside of the park. Okay. So his name was John, and honestly, I was standing outside, of my car, and he just came up. He pulled up on the side of me and said, "Hey, you bought this place?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I'm the maintenance man, and I've been working here for X amount of years." He said, "I will help you get this home together." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He was like, "I already kind of know about the home and what you need." And that's how that relationship started. I actually reached out to other handymen, but John was good with the pricing. He was very good with the pricing. And that's why I decided to go with him. He was familiar with the park. I was able to get some parts cheaper, by going through him. So I was able to save some dollars.
Okay, then. And so the rest of your deals been fix and flip and wholesale, or have you done some buy and hold, renting, seller financing?
So no, the rest of my deals have strictly been wholesales. I'm waiting on you. I am. Look, I'm waiting on you to teach me the game.
Okay. All right.
For this written out these mobile homes. That's really what I want to do next. I want to, buy a property, hold it, and rent it out. I know that it works. I seen you doing it. I want that passive income coming in, and that's what I really want to do.
Okay. Well, you know what, Sonya, to be honest with you, right now I don't think it's the time to rent out, buy and hold, period. Because when this recession hits, these mobile homes they're gonna plummet in price. I mean, look at the gasoline prices. They're gradually going down. So me and my brother have bought our last mobile home. Well, we just paid for it yesterday, but we actually bought it on the 14th, which was my brother's birthday. But that's the last one we done. We waiting to see what this recession is going, because I believe they're gonna get really low. They're gonna
And
get
you know
really.
what? I seen that when you said it, and to be honest, I was like, oh my goodness, she's not buying anything anymore right now. I kind of freaked out. I said, oh no, because like
I
I
really
said,
think, yeah, I
it,
really
it
think.
inspired me seeing you, getting, new deals and just turning them around and renting them out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. So anyway, so you were saying that you wholesale and you've been flipping, and what you haven't done any seller financing or renting or anything like that.
I have not. And that's definitely one of the goals of mine. I was always hesitant about, you know, getting a home, a mobile home, and renting it out. But like I said, you have inspired me to
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and jump out of my comfort zone. So right now, my comfort zone is the wholesale, and the fix and flip.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I every time I look up, I'm like, wait a minute, Kelly, she out here showing out. And I said, I can do this.
Okay.
And the way that you're going about doing it,
Mm-hmm.
now that's what really inspires me. The using the other people's money.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is big, it's
Mm-hmm.
major. And I will be, I always believe in recycling money and supporting each other.
Right.
um and that's definitely, I'm buying that course
Right.
because I need your help on that. I need you, sis. And
Got you. But so, Sonya, would you say this is like to me, in my opinion, the reason why I'm so compassionate about it, I feel like when I go out there and I do a deal, like I don't won the lottery without playing. That's the way I feel.
absolutely.
And I feel this has been like a well kept secret from, a lot of people. And a lot of people don't realize that this works. They're afraid, like I say, the park manager, whatever the case may be, or that's plain old analysis paralysis. And I just don't understand that. It's only going to be a few of us who actually get out here and do it. And that's a doggone shame because there's enough mobile homes around, we all can get some money off of this.
So that's the thing, right, Kelly? It's funny how people believe that this doesn't work. I'm baffled by it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real estate community is so saturated, right?
Exactly.
It is saturated. It is a lot of competition.
Mm-hmm.
But think about, when it's funny, I'll meet realtors and they're like, well, are you a realtor? I say, no, I'm a mobile home specialist. I
Uh-huh.
specialize in mobile homes, and that's what I cater to,
Okay.
right? And you can meet 10 mobile home investors that can
Mm-hmm.
be within your area, which I've never met 10 mobile home investors in my area, but you
Right.
can meet them. But there's so many mobile home parks. I literally was just on the way to Gurnee, Illinois, which is about an hour from me. I went to Six
I
Flags.
used to live there. I used to
Okay,
live
well,
there.
yeah,
White Castle was out there. I used to live
yeah.
right down the street. Yeah.
Look at you. Well,
Yeah.
you from the D, so you
Yeah.
Midwest anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So I was riding out to Gurnee, Illinois, and my cousin literally took, she took, I wouldn't say a wrong turn. She took a alternate route to get to Six Flags instead of doing the toll roads. And then she sent me a message like, look to your right. I looked to the right, mobile home park. I said, you know what? When we get out of Six Flags the next day and we leave this mall, I'm about to go drive for dollars.
Uh-huh.
And you can literally make the wrong turn on any street and bump into a mobile home park. And it's crazy because there's off market deals. There's mobile homes on land that's not even listed, that you don't even know exist.
Exactly.
The opportunities is in
Mm-hmm.
abundance. If you want to live in abundance, you need to be mobile home investing because it is in abundance. I've never seen anything like this in my life. There is an affordable housing crisis, and we are delivering the opportunities. And that's what makes this feel good. That's
Right.
what's so gratifying. Like, I get it, the money. And, you know, even when I didn't work for the Department of Corrections, I had two jobs, or 2 jobs and a hustle, or I invest in stocks as well. So I've never really been broke, so to speak, right?
Right.
But this money here is different. I can invest maybe, I don't know, a week's worth of time, right? 30 minutes out of my day, an hour out of my day, and turn around and make $5,000. Where can they do that at? You tell me.
Nowhere.
Only the strong survive. And, and this is a little background of my story as well. So when I had to take a leap of faith as well. So in January, when I bought the program for myself, I was having surgery on my knee. I was getting a total knee replacement the next month. Okay. So I knew I was going to be down. I knew I wasn't going to be having the money coming in from my job. Till this day, I'm still not working my regular 9 to 5. I have not been back. Okay. My father, in February, in the middle of that program, he went into the ICU. I ended up getting a call, and they said, Miss Wormbly, you're going to have to make a tough decision. This is in the middle of COVID. I wasn't able to see him. My daughter, she struggles with depression, and she had a severe episode. So I was going through all of this. I was questioning myself as a mother. I was questioning myself I had a breakup at the time. So the money that I had coming in from my boyfriend, it was no longer there. He moved out the house, so I was at a stage where I wanted to give up during this time where I started this mobile home investing, how I'm gonna balance everything out. I wasn't able to drive around to my deals, but one thing, even I wasn't able to drive around, I get somebody else to drive me around. I'll be hobbling around on my little cane, my walker. It did not stop me. I was able to take my daughters to the properties that I had acquired and inspire her not to give up. This is a part of the family business. I was able to teach her. I'm teaching her generational wealth. I was able to put extra money in her pocket. I was able to pay my mother. And my end goal is to only go to work, right? That 9 to 5 for 8 hours instead of trading time. By me doing mobile home investing, I can now get my father out of, he's in a nursing home, but I'm getting ready to bring him home. I'll be able to care for him. There's no more 16 hours at my job. And I just thank God. Like, I never gave up on prayer. I never gave up praying and thanking God for what he has done for me and the people that I'm surrounded by, because sometimes we need that encouragement. So that's like, I'm not, and I curse a lot, excuse me.
Me too.
But that's just me. But I'm not bullshitting when I say that, Kelly, you inspired me.
5 years from now in the mobile home business, where do you see yourself?
On channel 5, channel 7, channel 9, channel 2. no, I'm silly. So there's a few things that I want to do within 5 years, and that I'm going to do. I'm speaking this into existence. So one thing I want to do is bring and I don't even know how I bring value to other parks. So besides me having the mobile home business, I do have a vending machine business. So I'm going to go to the parks in my surrounding area, and I'm going to offer them vending machines inside the community to bring value, right? That business, so the the vending business, my daughter's name is attached to that. She already knows how to fill machines. So that will be another facet that's to her. So within 5 years, I want 20 vending machines at 20 different mobile home communities. That's number one. Number two, I would like to have my own mobile home park that's close to a university. I would like to provide affordable housing for college students. I would like to somehow get with the government and partner with the government, maybe get some grants or something or whatever, whatever we can do to incorporate a community, a safe community that's close to the colleges for college students. So that's my big goal. And then I want to do somehow 20 deals in 20 different states.
But what I like what you said I will, not oh I don't know, I'm thinking about doing it. You said I will do this.
Oh yeah, and Kelly, I just want to let you know you in my 5-year plan. It's I'm coming to you. I'm coming for you.
Okay. Guys, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I do want to ask this last question to Sonya. So, Sonya, do you have any words of wisdom for somebody trying to get into this business?
Oh my goodness, do I? So what I would say, anybody that's trying to get into this business and they're just straddling the fence and they're not sure if this is something that they want to do, sometimes you have to take a chance on yourself, right? You have to take that chance. The worst thing in life somebody can ever tell you is no. And we've all heard no before, right? Take a chance on yourself, believe in yourself, and be consistent. So what I've learned in mobile home investing, consistency wins the race. If you're consistent, knocking at those doors, eventually the door's going to pop open. It's going to bust wide open. And then you're not even going to know what to do, right? You're going to have so many deals under your belt where you feel like you got to turn deals down. I've seen it before. Kelly, you done talked about that.
Yeah.
Cherie done talked about that. The deals will come. And and the deals come right when you feel like, you know what, I've been doing this. It's time to give up. They pop right there on you. So another thing that I would advise people to do, especially like newbies in this business, is to make sure that you network. Make sure your network has to be strong. It's going to be days where you just don't feel like it. And the days that I don't feel like it, I can chime into my network. I can jump on and watch Kelly say, oh, well, we just got another home.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I say it like that? I think I say it a little better than that.
You do. I just feel like, okay, her home's popping out the sky, free money. Or I can see that Sharia be like, hey, I'm out here at this mobile home park. Aaron, I'm out here moving a mobile home. So your network needs to be strong. Your network is going to push you through the days that you don't feel like it. So make sure that you start building that network. Make sure you start sitting at the right table. You got to sit around the people that make the money. You have to sit around the people that have the hearts. You have to sit around the people that pray. You have to sit around the people that believe. You have to sit around the people that believe in you. Because you get somebody like me on your team, and regardless of what your beliefs is, I'm going to pray over you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for your family. I'm going to push you to be your best. I'm going to bring something out of you that you didn't even know existed.
Right.
Those are the people that you want in your circles. So any newbies, please, please, please. And let me say this too. A lot of times people get into this business and they feel like they have to give their entire day to mobile home investing. You don't. What you have to learn how to do is manipulate your time, right? So you have to change your mindset. So a lot of times we driving around in the car, we jamming, we listening to music, we on the phone with our girlfriend or our homeboy or whatever, and we might be gossiping or whatever. No, change that narrative, right? So instead of doing that, while you driving, listen to a mobile home course.
Right.
Buy Kelly's course. How many hours you said you got? 30 hours?
21 plus hours. Yeah.
21 plus hours. So you can get her course and play that while you riding. Right. You can take that time while you're driving. You can be calling mobile home parks. You can take 30 minutes out of your day, not even 30 minutes, 10 minutes. Put some bandit signs in your trunk. Drop them off. That take 2 minutes out of your day. But, stop making excuses and manipulate your time and scale back.